Hello everybody, welcome to my channel Madrasi Soul. So today we'll be learning how to make mutton keema balls curry or keema balls curry, minced mutton balls curry or keema mutilo. So now for this, let's see what are the ingredients we need to chop and keep ready. First we need split cashews, then roughly chopped onions 1 cup, and then we need few chilies finely chopped and half a cup onions finely chopped. Four tomatoes chopped into four and ground into a paste. So now first let's take a flat pan and add some oil and fry the roughly chopped onions along with the cashews. So fry this until it becomes kind of slightly brown, and you can take it and keep it aside. And this, once it cools off, you make it into a paste. We'll use it for the curry. So now the keema balls, let's make the keema balls. So I have the keema here, which have rinsed off and ensured there is less fat in the keema that I bought, and also drained it so well that as much as water is removed, so it is as dry as possible. Otherwise the balls can break when we actually make it into a curry. So let's add the dry ingredients: chili powder, garam masala, salt and ginger garlic paste. So now this, let's mix it with a spoon before we grind it. I like it to do it this way because we add the masalas on the top. So once it's ground into a smooth paste, let's take a basin or a bowl and add the chopped chilies and the onions, and let's add the keema and the basin. I start off with 1 tablespoon of basin along with the egg white. Mix it well, and now you start adding basin little by little. See, the quantity that I've actually mentioned is sufficient enough for what I actually do over here, but sometimes it can be less or more depending on the keema. So now start mixing it. And once you, how do you check the consistency is you try making balls of it every time you mix. If it is kind of sticking to your finger, that means it is not ready yet. So you can add a little more basin after that and then try making a ball again. So when you're trying to make a ball, if it is not sticking to your hand, then it is ready. Don't add any more basin out of it, otherwise you'll feel the taste of basin more than the keema. Now add the coriander leaves, chopped coriander leaves, and mix it well. And once you finish mixing it, so before I could say, please ensure 2 points to ensure that the keema balls don't break is you have a less fat keema, and you have drained out as much as water after you have washed it. So these 2 points are really important to ensure the keema does not break. And the basin to be added as much as that it does not stick to your hand. So what I usually do is I wash my hand and then try making the ball so it does not stick to our hand, and see the consistency. Even after you wash your hand, if the basin is not sufficient enough, it usually sticks to your hand. So if all these are fine, then we are ready to make the keema balls. So before we make the keema balls, apply some oil in your hand, and now start making the keema balls. Usually try making the balls in a medium size, so when you actually put it in the gravy, it should be immersed up to half or more, not less than that. That's when you know your keema ball is right or the consistency of the curry is enough. So I usually make it a little more thicker when I'm eating with chapati, and if it is with rice, I add a little more water. And with 350 grams of keema, I will be able to make about 25 to 30 balls of keema, which is sufficient for 4 people, good food eaters. So now actually there's not much difference, like I said earlier. So first let's add some oil. I use the same pan as I fried the roughly chopped onions and the cashew. The same pan, I add more oil. We might need a little more oil than usual for keema balls because it's non-veg. First of all, non-veg is yummy when there's more oil. So you add oil, then you add ginger garlic paste. You fry it till there is no raw smell. The only extra ingredient in this entire curry that we compared to the masala that we made for keema is the coriander powder. So you add the coriander powder, and then you add the onion and cashew paste, and then you add the tomato paste. So once this is ready and you see the oil is leaving out, is when you add the dry ingredients again, that is chili powder, turmeric, and garam masala and salt. So you add this, mix it really well. The curry looks really nice. The color is amazing. It's usually that golden reddish kind of color, not really red, but the golden reddish color. So now let this boil. You start seeing the oil starts boiling out, and they kind of pop out. So that's when you add water. So when you add water and mix it, you can also recheck for the salt. If you have to add a little more salt, you can add it over here. Please remember, the keema also has salt. So now, like I said earlier, I have added little water comparatively for a gravy. You can add more water to make it a little more watery consistency. And now once you see the water starts boiling, that is when you add the keema balls. So until this procedure, I have cooked the entire process under sim flame, that is the low flame. So now after I add the keema balls, I leave it to boil for about 5 minutes in the open, and I shake it using the pan itself. I do not use any kind of ladle, and I'll recommend do not use ladle because the balls can really break. So once you shake it, leave it for another 2 minutes, and now you can close the lid, and now you can increase the flame to mid flame. I would recommend not to go above mid flame, that will be better. So once you put it in mid flame and covered, you leave it for about 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, your keema ball curry is ready. You can actually see the oil floating on the top, and now you add some chopped coriander on top to garnish it, and enjoy.